a little gentle with that one. I'm going to be a little bit more forceful with this one. Feel free to join me. Inhale. One more. Inhale. Close your eyes, receive the vibrations of your own Om, of the Om that I just shared, of the cosmic Om that continues to vibrate throughout the expansion of creation, connecting us to these other worlds that hold this Aquarian energy. Let these Oms be a catalyst for our own creative pursuits, for our own growth, and expansion of cosmic consciousness and light. Let this Om help us move through the destruction and the letting go of what we need to release with ease. Let it be a reminder of our own power to create the space we need for the new. And finally, let this Om continue to vibrate, moving forward with time as we expand into this new age of the air element of Aquarius. Open your eyes if they're closed. So my computer died. I have no idea how long we've been together. I have no idea what time it is, but it's time for our tarot reading. Aquarius fashion. Time does not exist. Time is relative. Like, if there could ever be Aquarian energy with us right now, it's here with my crooked phone and my ability to not have a clock and not know what time it is, and all of the energy. So I do a tarot reading every full moon and new moon, and I do a written interpretation of these on my website if you'd like to go read about it, but I also like to do a vocal interpretation, especially with this Aquarian moon, a perfect time to do a tarot reading. And Aquarian energy, by the way, is a little into the stuff that's like, you can't explain it, or you can't see it, or you can't fully put proof to it. So things like oracle cards, tarot, crystal healing, even though we're getting more and more valid science on these things, astrology, numerology, any of that. We're going to talk about numerology just briefly tonight. Yeah, so all of that stuff comes into the Aquarian energy. So I think that that's a really good time to do tarot readings. If you need to get a tarot reading, I do personal readings. You can send me a message. But if you're needing to do a tarot reading or just pull your own cards, this is a good moon to do it under. So don't let me forget, I want to talk about retrograde season after this, and I want to talk about the numerology of today. I want to talk about those things before we go. Don't let me forget. I'm going to take a deep breath before I channel this tarot reading. Calling on the energy of the cards to provide us with whatever guidance we need to hear, we need to see, we need to absorb. Please let me be an open channel of information, insight, and wisdom. And thank you for letting me be this channel with our circle tonight. So I always like to pull 3 cards, a past, present, and future, especially when we're midway through a lunar cycle on a full moon. For our past card tonight, I pulled a reversed version of the Chariot. So this is represented by the number 7 and the sign of Cancer. And we've moved into the 8th month now, right? So our last full moon was in July. And now we've come back around, deja vu. It's like an upside down situation because we're back again with an Aquarian moon now. The Chariot represents pursuits, our energy being directed towards things, especially goals, targets, intentions. And, pulling this as a reverse card, I think that we're being called back to the intentions of release that we set with the last full moon. Because if any of that is still here now, it's time to let it go for good. Because if you don't let it go for now, it's going to stick around until Aquarius season. So for like the next 6 months. And you don't want to carry any of this stuff around into 2022. 222 is a very magical number for unity, harmony, creation. So let's let go of the things that are holding us back from that sensation of balance and peace. The Chariot also represents Cancer energy, which is emotions, and a little bit of things around the home or family. So if you've had things coming up that have been affecting your home, your family, you might be looking to release anything around that. You also might need to be doing some deep healing around mother wounds or wounds from your childhood. We're in a retrograde season right now, and it's a time of looking back into our past. Saturn is in retrograde as well. And that's all about learning our big picture. Chiron is in retrograde, which is about our wounds. So, we need to be looking at the things that are causing us a little bit of emotional turmoil, emotional distress, kind of turning our world upside down right now, not helping us really show up with the energy that we need towards our goals and intentions. We need to use this full moon to release the stuff that's causing that emotional distress. For the present card, I pulled Justice, the sign of Libra, and the number 8. And we're in the 8th month of August, present moment. And this is a time to, again, cut ties, release. That's what the sword is all about. It's a little bit of Kali energy. And a little bit of releasing the things that are not causing us harmony or balance, right? Libras are all about balance. I'm a Libra, interestingly enough, pulling this card right now. But this is also, Virgo energy. We've just moved into Virgo under this portal of this full moon. And Virgo energy is about grounding in, finding balance, letting go of the things that stand in the way, getting back to, our energy directed towards our goals, intentions, and dreams, or towards the information that we want to take in as well. With this being an Aquarian full moon as well, I do believe that this card is being pulled for us to think about the things that aren't fair on the collective right now. Aquarian energy is about finding cohesiveness and unity and harmony and that global understanding of one another, holding space for one another, holding empathy for one another. And we need to be releasing what stands in the way of that. Again, talking about what I talked about earlier in the moon circle, segregation, anything that's making us see people differently. Instead of seeing them as the same, equal, we all bleed red. And the energy of this full moon is reminding us of that now. So open up your heart. Open up your heart chakra and open up space for others. And let go of your judgments that are causing you to feel otherwise. For the future card, I pulled a reversed 5 of Swords. So more swords are coming into play. meaning that in the future we are going to continue to have to cut ties. We are going to continue to have to detach. We are going to continue to break down in order to build back up again, retie new cords, develop new ties, new relationships. But first we have to release and create the space. And 5 is, in numerology, a number of growth. So when we have the 5 of Swords reversed, that means that we are going to be letting go of things that are restricting our growth. We might feel challenged in our growth and have to make hard decisions in order to rise back up again. In order to have our own spiritual expansion, our own light expansion, we are going to have to carve out some space. So the 5 of Swords is telling us to be brave as we go into the future, to be a little patient, and to, expect to cut those ties with as much ease and non-attachment as possible. So just to recap, in the past, the reversed Chariot reminds us we have a lot of things from our past, a lot of things that cause us emotional distress, a lot of things that distract our energy. And it's all been coming up right now, and it's keeping us from moving forward. It's pulling us back down. But don't get weighed down by your past. It's time to move forward. Direct your energy somewhere else. So take this time to heal and mother yourself and treat yourself in the way that you didn't get treated, so that you don't treat others in that way moving forward. In this present moment, the Justice card reminds us to be fair, to treat each other with equality, to be open-minded, to be open-hearted, to be fair. To be fair to yourself, to create more balance in yourself, to create more harmony within yourself, to make choices that give you joy and growth. Because when you treat yourself in that way, you treat others in that way too. And we want everybody to be balanced and in harmony. And in the future, just know that there's more decisions to be made. There's more crossroads ahead. There's more relationships and ties to cut. There's more space that needs to be carved out for your growth. But the challenges help you to embrace your strength. And every time you show up brave enough to cut that tie, to sever what's holding you down, you create more courage to move forward.